Well, good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, depending on when you might be watching this, if you're watching it from home, or maybe even good evening. I don't know what time we're showing it, but it's morning when we are where we are right now, and we are happy to be with you again and sharing with you our May Town Hall meeting. As always, we have a lot of information to share. It's great to see such a nice audience with us this morning, and hopefully we will be able to continue growing the number of people in our audience as rules and restrictions and requirements and all those other things continue to ease. So with that, we do absolutely have a lot to share today because there have been quite a few changes in different things. So we've got a full roster of folks to chat with you this morning. So we're going to get this ball rolling. And the first person to chat with us this morning is Miss Tina Hanneman. Tina is our administrator, as everybody knows, over at Village Point. We've got a lot going on over there. So without further ado, here's Tina.
Yay. Good morning, everyone. I hope those of you who celebrated had a happy Mother's Day last week. So I'm just giving you a few updates on Village Point. So I'm excited to announce that we hired a new director of nursing. Last month I did let you know that Rochelle Guglielmo had resigned and took on a new role. And we just hired Jennifer Sachs. She comes with years of experience as a director of nursing. She has been running a similar facility, 121 beds, similar setup, has long-term care and subacute. And she's been having 20 years of experience in healthcare field. So she starts on Monday, so we're very excited. So we'll be spending next week, the next few weeks with orientation and her meeting all our staff, and we welcome her with open arms, so it's very exciting. We also hired an infection preventionist. I know some of you may or may not have met or know about Leota Perry. She was here as our business office facilitator at Village Point. She had left back in March to take on an infection preventionist role because that's where her passion is. She has a master's in public health, and now she is returning as our full-time infection preventionist. She'll be starting around June 1st with us, so excited to have a new face. She's very familiar with the staff and our employees, so we're very, very excited to have her back. And we are celebrating this week. It's National Nursing Home Week, May 9th to May 15th. So we had events planned this week. We had a nice barbecue luncheon for the staff. We did some raffling of prizes. And then we gave out also gifts for our nurses because we also celebrated Nurses Week. It started last week, May 6th, and it ran into this week, May 12th. So we did acknowledge all our nurses, on the Village Point and Monroe Village side. For all their hard work. It's been a rough year, so we did some nice events, nice gifts for them, and they had a good time. And we will be celebrating Nursing Assistant Week. We decided to split it up this year. National CNA or Certified Nursing Assistant Week is June 17th to June 24th. So we're going to be doing another round of raffles, prize, food, just to acknowledge all our frontline staff. They did have a rough year and did a great job. So we always like to show dedication and thank all our staff for their dedication and hard work throughout the whole year. They have been doing a lot. They've been actually putting in extra time because, as you know, the job force is not that easy right now, and they've been doing doubles. They've been picking up when needed and always coming in with a smile. So we always want to acknowledge them. So we're very thankful. And that's all I have. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Tina. Yeah, it continues to be lots of good stuff going on over Village Point. We're excited to have a few new folks join our team, and obviously to celebrate the staff and all of their hard work that they do over there at Village Point. I think we all know what the last year or so has been like, and those who are truly directly on the front lines at Village Point deserve all of our praise and recognition. So we're excited to do a few things for them, and I might or may not be a little excited about the ice cream social this afternoon personally myself, but ice cream sounds good to me, right? So Anyway, okay, so we talked about Village Point. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on over here at Monroe Village. So we will start with our sales report, as we have every month, from Nathan Perez, our Director of Sales and Marketing. So here's Nathan.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. We'll start with a roll-up of our accomplishments last month, and then we'll give you an idea of what we're doing this month and a little bit of a look forward. In terms of our goal for sales, we had a goal of 4. We did accomplish 5 sales last month, and then we had a closing goal of 4. We also had 2 movements last month. So as you can see, the sales number is starting to creep above our goal, which is encouraging. That's how we build a pipeline. This is the Yardley. I think we mentioned at the past 2 town halls. This is a 1,400 square foot, 2-bedroom, 2-bath with den, and it is now sold. So we have sold our first Yardley. It is the first of its kind for this community. It is going to attract a new market. It's going to allow us to take this community and advertise it to folks that never would have looked at us before, quite frankly. We have sold the first location, which is located in the A neighborhood on the 3rd floor, and we have decided to move forward and build a second location on the 1st floor in the C neighborhood, a very lovely pond view location. Jay and I spoke, and we've reached out to vendors already to start that construction project. So we are going to utilize this first one, which we have open for another 2 months before the gentleman moves into it. Yes, it is a single gentleman. Ladies. And I think he drives too, so you know, it's quite the catch. So we are going to utilize this apartment, which is still furnished, with some furniture for the next month or so to hold a couple of open house events, show it off a little bit more, and then hopefully we can pre-sale the 1st floor location as well. Jay and I have spoken, we're really almost 100% sure that we will sell the 1st floor location before it's even completed, based on interest. So that is very exciting. In terms of May activity, we have 2 sales in for the month, and we have 2 more pending, 2, maybe 3 more pending. We've got 2 closings on the books here. I know it seems a little bit light for closings or move-ins the past 2 months. That's because next month you're gonna see about 5 or 6 people moving in and closing with us. So they kind of ramped up to a peak next month, and we're already planning for July and August move-ins as well, or closings. As I mentioned, we have 2 open house events this month where we're going to be showing off the Yardley as well as our 2 new model locations, which is an Ashley and a York that we just redid. So far we have 30 new inquiries and 45 RSVPs total for both of those events. If you've been kind of keeping track a little bit at all, 30 new inquiries from a direct mail piece. We haven't seen that in over a year. Yeah. So we are starting to see people coming out of the woodwork with the Yardley, with people getting vaccinated, with the economy maintaining some stability. You know, we're starting to see people come back. We are also starting to mail, just so you all know, we are starting to mail into some zip codes that we had not touched before, around the Princeton kind of market, utilizing these larger floor plans to attract those people. So new names are coming to us. Our social media tactics, online advertising, TV advertising, you've all seen our commercial probably if you watch certain channels during the certain times of the day. Those are going to continue. Kind of full court press throughout the remainder of the year is the theme. We did recently refresh our model apartments. If you're interested in seeing those or bringing a friend through to see them, family member, we're more than welcome to show you. They are, like I said, an Ashley and a York style 2-bedroom. And we've created some new videos as well as refreshed any sort of collateral and website images of those so that we show off the fresh new face of Monroe Village. And we are, behind the scenes, our Spring Point marketing team is helping us redevelop our website presence to make it a lot more interactive. It's doing okay now, it's actually doing good now, I would say, but we want to kind of just stay ahead of the curve and refresh that online presence, which is frankly where most of our leads are coming from or attached to. If they're coming from an event or a direct mail, or they're just raising their hand and calling in, 9 times out of 10, they're looking on the website at the same time. So how you can help us, continue to refer your friends, your family. I had a recent move-in, her daughter come to me, I think it was yesterday or the day before, and she said, hey, I've just been putting a good word out there. And I said, look, that's all we want. Just say the good things about the community. You know, she had a couple things that we needed to follow up on from a maintenance and simple little thing perspective. She was like, look, that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is my mom's safe, she's comfortable, she has a great apartment, the food is good. Overall, that's what I'm telling people. And I said, look, that's what we would expect anybody to say. You know, little things that we need to fix, work on, we can do that together, but really putting out that positive energy is how we get folks to say, hey, let me take a look at that. If you'd like, you can provide a testimonial to our website or collateral or print pieces, as well as social media. We have had some people do that in the past. If you'd like to and you haven't before, just come see us and we can develop a project where we can, you know, have a short snippet or a short video of you on the website, or even just a copy, a text and a picture. Please take part in welcoming new residents. You know, Cindy's not here today, but when she's back, she does have that New Beginnings group. That's part of the welcoming process that really does help people feel comfortable in the community. As I look around, I see some folks who have had really good transitions into the community, and it's because of the existing resident population welcoming them, saying hello, inviting them to dinner, and creating a welcoming environment. This I touched on before. I'm still looking for a few folks who are interested in participating in a kind of a letter campaign, if you will. After people tour the community, you know, we follow up as salespeople, but to differentiate us just a little bit more, I'd like us to have additional pieces going out to people who have toured the community, not just from the salespeople, because of course they know we want them to buy in. You know, we have a letter that's being developed from Jay's perspective to thank people, to offer his insight, and be available to answer questions. That same concept I'd like some of the residents to participate in. If you've been here for any period of time or you had a really great welcoming experience, just a short letter to a stranger saying, hey, I've been in your shoes, I know what it's like. If you have some questions that I can answer from living here, you know, please let me know. And we would coordinate the contact there. Your phone number wouldn't be on there. We would, you know, give that to them offline, so to speak. So I think it's a really great way to differentiate us and get the face of the resident to the prospect, and let them understand that this is a really great welcoming environment here. So if you are interested, please let me know or Joe know, and we can develop a piece with you. Thank you very much, and have a good day.
Thanks, Nathan. Busy, 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 right? Lots going on there in that sales and marketing department. And I once again, all of you are the ones who live, breathe, every single day. You are Monroe Village, and getting your engagement with prospective residents or future residents really is hearing it straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak. And that's so, so valuable. As Nathan mentioned, so many times we find that when folks who are considering moving into a community like ours actually have the opportunity to interact with those who live here and hear about what their lifestyle is like, it really is a very, very positive experience for them. And as Nathan also mentioned, you know, one of the things we're working on is websites, as we've been doing, and testimonials from our residents. So if any of you want to be famous on the World Wide Web, and you could be Googled, we just Google your name and there you pop up. Let us know. We'd be happy to help you with your social media presence. So anyway, next, speaking of fun things and stuff to do and places to go and people to see and all the things that we do here at Monroe Village, is our Master of Ceremonies when it comes to all of that stuff. You all know Steve Ween, right? You heard of him before? Yeah, I think he deserves a round of applause. Absolutely. And with that, there's the perfect introduction for Steve Ween. Did you want me to drive?
Yes, please.
Oh, then hold on. I need to drive you the steering wheel.
Here's the keys.
Thank you.
Good morning.
You ready?
Yeah. So again, welcome. And what we have coming for May, we do have entertainment tomorrow night. So I will see you tomorrow night, and if anyone has any clarifications, I actually typed up the seating chart on the Livewell Hub bulletin board. So if you do have questions, if I signed up or just wanted to see your name, it's typed on the bulletin board. And that also goes for next week's show, Saturday night. So also in May, we have World Culture Diversity Day. That is May 21st. Look for a world map on display in the clubhouse and place a pin on the map to indicate your family's country or region of origin. So we have a little meeting in the community room to talk about diversity, and if people just want to talk, and I'm interested to hear what people do want to say. But we're looking to have the map will remain on display for 30 days to celebrate our differences and help learn more about one another. And this is also for family who visit, vendors, employees. So it's going to be really fun. So we'll see that, like I said, after the World Culture Day kind of talk, and we do have some residents talking about diversity. We'll be having that map right where the angel wings are right now.
What time will that be, Steve?
The World Culture Day is at 1:30 in the community room. And it's not like a big grand thing. I just want to have people come together and just talk about diversity. And I really want to see what everyone...
Where is that going to be?
In the community room. And another big holiday in May is Memorial Day service. So that will be May 31st at 10:30 in the auditorium. So we do have these announcements on Touchdown 1979. Please submit names of deceased family members, friends, or spouses to honor during our Memorial Day service. Submissions must be placed in the Livewell Hub binder by 12 o'clock noon on May 28th. So that gives you 2 more weeks. And we do have a list already, and I do welcome everyone just to check that list. I also typed what we had already, and spelling is a big thing. I'm not a good speller, so, and if people have different handwriting, I want to make sure things are clear. And we have a service in place, and we do have residents involved. I do think it's a nice service we have planned. We have the color guard coming, and thanks to Bernie Passer. We're also looking for retired service members coming to the ceremony in uniform. Should contact Bernie Passer at 6724 by 12 o'clock noon on May 28th in order to recognize at our gathering. So again, thank you, Bernie, for being part of that. And we welcome, again, retired service members just to reach out to Bernie so we can have a progression with the color guard and our retired service members. Thanks. So it's a nice day today, right? Beautiful? Now, who's having spring allergies? Anyone?
Yes.
Yeah. So let me just ask, is anyone allergic to live entertainment? Okay, good. Okay, that's good. I'll go over. I learned from the best. I just want to add, actually, and we'll go in more detail. We are looking at 8 live entertainment performances in June. So don't make plans. And if you have a pen and paper, please take some notes. So actually, like I said, I added this last night. At June 4th at 1:45, we'll actually be having a lecture celebration music of Elton John. So our lecturer, Stephen, he comes here. He's very good, and I've heard the response. He's actually be coming to do a lecture too every Friday in June. So if you're looking forward to seeing Stephen, we do have other lectures, but he also sings. So I like Elton John music. We're going to listen and learn about Elton John on June 4th at 1:45. And then next, what? I added it.
It's not on there.
Surprise. Saturday, June 12th, our friends of the Rossburg Chorus will be coming back. And I want to thank Larry Shepard for working. He's our treasurer in the building, so working with Larry. And they're going to do a performance here in the afternoon at 2 o'clock. We will be having reservations only as well. Also the same day, for our night live entertainment, we have Erin Corn. She was here before. She basically does opera. So if you like opera, she does a lot of that type of Broadway, classic type of songs. Tuesday, June 22nd, our favorite entertainer / security guard, Mike Malone. He had one of our first concerts outside, so we're welcoming him back, and he'll be doing something June 22nd at 2, and we'll actually be giving out ices. We'll have kind of like an icy social, so that will also be reservations. I think we're going to have like lemon, water ice, mango, water ice, a non-sugar coffee, and probably something else. Okay, so a nice little treat. And then the next day, if entertainment is not for you, I'm sorry, but the next day, hopefully it's a nice day. We'll have a performance at 2 o'clock around the pond with Tony Juliano. He actually was here before in 2019, and he did a virtual performance in 2020. So we're welcoming Tony back, and he'll do like a tropic type of music. And we will also be giving, our goal is to have a special cocktail for people. And also for non-alcoholic, we'll have a couple beverages as well. And if it does rain, we're looking at the next day. Saturday, June 26th, he's Fred. He's never been here before, but Fred, Leota, and the Ragtimers. We'll have 4 band members. They play, God bless you, all sorts of instruments. So I talked to Fred and I said, what kind of music you playing? He's like, well, if you have anyone over the age of 50, they'll like our music. So I said, well, that does fit. That does fit. So we look forward to Fred and the Ragtimers on June 26th. And then Tuesday, June 29th, we'll have Caribbean music. So the performance will be 2 o'clock at the pond. We'll have like a steel drummer, and he does vocals, and then we'll have a samba dancer coming after as well. So that performance might be like an hour and a half with the 2 entertainers we have coming that day. And if it rains, we'll have it inside. And then, not done yet, Wednesday, June 30th, thanks to Eddie and the Keys Allen, he'll be doing a performance at 1:30 in the auditorium. This performance is an hour and a half. Thank you for people who paid attention on 1979. We have your piano songs listed, and that was actually for Eddie Allen's performance. He's going to learn those songs if he doesn't know them, and he's going to play them for you. And again, thanks to the Kiefer Fund. Majority of all these entertainments will be from the Kiefer Fund. But again, thanks to Larry Shepard for working for the Rossburg Chorus. Okay, so planning events throughout the remainder of the year to recognize diverse backgrounds and cultures. So again, thanks to the resident diverse group that will talk more on the 21st, but also Spring Point's initiative to do more. We've done diverse culture things in the past, but we're trying to more focus on different things maybe that we haven't done. So that's why we'll be looking at celebrating Pride Month and Caribbean American Heritage Month in June. And some of those events I already told you about. And thank you to Helen Cohen, her display case. If you love baby dolls, we'll take a look. And she has more. Okay. Not every baby fit in there, sadly, but it's a nice display, and we'll probably have it a little bit until Father's Day. I try to do like 30 days. Okay. And also, just if we have computer access for many people. Those 4 computers on the first floor D wing, they are ready. They are back, they are open. Please use them. That's for the residents. And just want to make sure that's clear. And before I go, I know I talk too much, but also wanted to give an update. We had to recognize Holocaust International Day. We had a guest speaker. Her name is Ruth Hartz, and she actually wrote this book, and she sent us a copy, and she wrote, to the residents of Monroe Village, with best wishes, Ruth Hartz, 2021. I'm going to keep this in the library for the residents, of course, but just please respect that there are a lot of people that do want to read her story, and I offer the chance to do that. Okay, so I will put that in the library after I'm done today. Okay, thank you, everyone. Enjoy your day. Oh, and questions are at the end. And one last thing, of course, today is Reverend Terry's last day. I want to thank her from the Livewell team, past and current members. Thank you, Reverend Terry, and we'll miss you, and enjoy retirement life.
Steve.
We're going to do questions at the end, Millie, okay? All right. Well, I don't know about you, but I was tired after hearing all those things we got going on the next 6 weeks or so. There's so much to do, and there's something for everyone. That's just a little sprinkling of all the different events, programs, special things going on. So much to do, and there's something for everyone. So I hope that you all take the opportunity to get engaged in something that interests you. Maybe something that's always interested you and you've liked for years and years and years. Or maybe something that you never even knew about and want to try something different. So be on the lookout for all of those events that Steve just talked about. And as we get toward the end of May, the June program calendar will be released. And you'll see just how much there is to do. So please take advantage as we're giving more and more to do as we're able to open things up and get together in many, many different ways. One of the ways we're continuing to be able to get together more and more is in our dining venues. As you know, in the last few weeks, we've been able to open some things up with dining. And there are more things that we're going to be able to open up with respect to our dining program. So without further ado, I'm going to turn the podium over to Mike Wierzbowski, our Director of Dining Services, who is going to share with you where we are in our journey. So here's Mike.
You driving?
I'm driving.
All right.
And I didn't drink anything yet today, so I'm all right.
I had your coffee.
I did.
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, there's been quite a few changes that are coming up, which I'll go over a little bit later. I just wanted to go over, excuse me, a few things that we did over the past month. We did some specials for Cinco de Mayo, and we also had our Mother's Day brunch. I heard a lot of nice things from the Mother's Day lunch, so I'm glad everyone had a chance to enjoy the brunch here on Mother's Day, and the flowers and everything else that we did. Coming up, we will be having some more things for Memorial Day, as well as getting things ready to start the summer menus, as well as our having something for Father's Day in June also. So that's just a reminder to everyone, with Memorial Day, we will be doing the holiday hours on that Monday, May 31st. So Continental Breakfast will be in the bistro from 7:30 to 9:30 that day, and the bistro will be closed the remainder of the day. And also we will be doing brunch that day from 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the Fireside Restaurant. There won't be any no dinner service on that Monday, Memorial Day, in the evening. Part of the things, the governor had recently put into place that start on May 19th, and there was some some further things that I was reading last night with some changes with the CDC that pertain to dining services. Is starting on May 19th, indoor seating capacity is no longer limited, so there won't be any restrictions. Yeah, I know. It's been a long time coming for everyone, I think. You know, so it's, you know, we do have to keep some things in place, table arrangements, because you have to still have the social distancing between tables, but not so much as far as seats. So that's one positive thing, is we'll be able to accommodate more people in the Fireside Restaurant and in the Village Bistro. So the table arrangements will be updated in order to allow more residents in our dining venues at one time. You know, we did remove some tables from the bistro. We'll be able to put a couple of them back. You know, same thing in the Fireside Restaurant. We'll be able to juggle some things around to get a few more tables and chairs in both restaurants. So, like I said, they still will need to be spaced. They either have to be spaced, or as a lot of restaurants have done, you know, there has to be a physical barrier in between the tables, and that's just really not a good thing from a resident safety standpoint with walkers and scooters and things like that. So some restaurants put tall plants in between tables and are doing some different things. So we're going to keep the spacing at least between the tables. Some of the things we'll still have to do in terms of taking temperatures, for example. We will still have to take your temperature before you come in to either the bistro or the Fireside Restaurant. Reservations, we will still have to take reservations so that number one, we know how many people we have coming and when, but we also have to keep that system in place in the hopefully unlikely event we do have to do any contact tracing. Okay, so that we need to have names, we need to know who you had dinner with, as well as who your guests were. We have been allowing guests at the first seating, so you know, we will have to keep those couple of things in place for everyone's safety. Once again, with reservations, if there's a need to change or cancel and to make a reservation, you know, please let us know. We continue to have residents who do make reservations and then don't show up. So, you know, that prevents another table, you know, with another party of four, for example, to come in and have dinner, you know, in either one of the restaurants. So please, you know, if you can't make it, give us a call, because we have been keeping names separately. We can give someone else a call and say, hey, you know, we have a table for you. So if you know, those things, you know, I need everyone's help with and assistance with to make sure we can have as many people as possible, especially if you have guests coming in. We want to make sure we can take care of everybody. Also, please be on time for your reservation, so you could, you know, to maximize your enjoyment. There's no need to arrive a half an hour early for your reservation. Just be on time. None of us have a very far commute to the restaurant, so you know, if you show up on time, that's fine. We do have some folks who sometimes come down 20-25 minutes after their reservation. So, and then still expect us to accommodate and give them the same amount of time before the seating, the next seating. So, you know, please be on time for your reservation as best as possible. 5 minutes late, a couple minutes late, not a big problem. But when it's 20-25 minutes late, that's when it becomes more of an issue and more we have to juggle. With some of those. With the further loosening of some of the restrictions that we'll have starting next week, because those changes will take effect on the 19th, which is next Wednesday. Coffee and dessert will be served as long as time allows. Okay, so we have to, you know, start to do our part to make sure that your orders are taken promptly, your food is delivered promptly. So we have a lot that we have to juggle to allow all the residents that time. I think that's kind of been a bone of contention with some of the residents, but we still have to clean, we still have to sanitize, we still have to disinfect, we still have to do those things. Things are getting loosened, Restrictions are being lifted, but we still have to keep our guard up, I think. And I think that's very important, as we move along. But we will be allowing also parties of 6. I know some of the residents enjoyed, having dinner with maybe a couple of the couples at their table. We will be allowing the parties of 6 now. I am making some changes with a couple things. I'm getting in some more tabletops, so we can switch some tabletops, for example. I know a lot of our residents don't like to sit at the deuces if it's 2 people. They are a little small. So I'm looking at buying some bigger tabletops for the deuces, for the 2 tables, the 2 seats in the restaurant, as well as some more 4 tops where we can pull a couple tables together and we'll be able to accommodate those parties of 6 more comfortably rather than cramped around those round tables that we've had. So I am looking at buying some more in different size tabletops to accommodate more seating in both of the, mainly in the Fireside restaurant. We will be allowing 2 guests after the 19th, allowed at either restaurant, at either seating, any day, 7 days a week. So guests, we have been allowing guests to come in. We're limiting that to the first seating only, and for the first seating is Sunday brunch. Now, if you have families, I think that's more so important on the weekends when a lot of family members may come in to visit with you. You can still need to make a reservation. We still need your guests' names. Once again, for contact tracing purposes, it's very important that we have their names as well. But you can come in at either seating in either restaurant 7 days a week. So that's one positive change that we will also be making. Some of the other things that we will continue to keep in place, I just think is more sanitary at this time, is we're going to continue to bag and roll up the silverware inside your linen napkin and keep them inside the plastic bag so they're not laid out on the tables at the place settings like we used to do. I just think it's more sanitary that way that we do that, continue to do that. Disposable menus, once again, menus get shuffled around with the vinyl covers. We're still going to go with the disposable menus. It is a cost, but I think it's a cost that's still worth to continue to incur, just because those menus are handled by many different people, and we want to keep that to those things to a minimum. So we will continue to do that as well. Takeout is another thing that we wanted to. Our numbers, our participation in both restaurants is going up steadily. So we will be making some changes with takeout meals. Okay, our number has gone down to about a third of the residents getting takeout meals as more and more people come down to make reservations, and I'm anticipating that will continue to be the trend. So starting on the 19th, all pickups from the Fireside restaurant, any takeout orders have to be picked up at the library. Okay, with increasing the number of seats in the seating capacity in both of the restaurants, I need to get my staff back to waiting tables again. So we will be eliminating the one pickup point up here that was normally outside the auditorium. So regardless whether it's A, B, C, D, E, and F, that's how it goes, right? A, B, C, D, E, and F wing, the pickup point will be down in front of the library for all wings following the same schedule, okay? Our disposables, packaging and costs at Monroe Village, it costs us about $2 a meal to package up all the food, plus the additional labor for that. So that's, if you, and it was something I looked at this morning when I came into work, we've been spending roughly about $18,000 a month on paper supplies. Because it's not just one container, it's a container and a lid for your soup, it's a container for your entree, it's containers and lids for the side dishes, container and lids for maybe the coffee, the dessert, the salad. you know, that cost all adds up. And you know, even if you rounded it to $20,000 times 10 months in a year, because we've been doing this for about a year and a half, that's over $200,000. That's a lot of money. That's the money when I thought about it this morning to buy the new stove that I needed to buy, and some of the other equipment that, you know, is 32 years old. It's as old as the building because some of it's so original. So, you know, I'm hoping, you know, that the reopening of these restaurants and increasing the tables and the seats and all that, we can, you know, start to get out of the takeout business. You know, besides just the cost of all those disposables that we use one time and it all goes right into the garbage. You know, I have about 5 extra people a day to make up all those packages and bag everything up and deliver it from the kitchen to upstairs. So there's a lot that's been involved in providing those takeout meals. So I know everyone, you know, was anxious when we first reopened, you know, the restaurants, and, you know, we started, you know, welcoming people back about 8 months ago, because we reopened the restaurants the very end of September of last year. So it's been about 8 months already, believe it or not. But we will start to, starting July 1st, there will be a disposable packaging fee of $2.25 for all the future takeout orders after that date. Okay. Continental Breakfast is another one of the changes that we'll be making. So starting on the 19th, I know it was nice to walk in the morning and you know, folks were sitting having breakfast and chit-chatting in the bistro. We're going to once again start to allow that in the morning. So we will have the, you know, tables spaced out. We will have the chairs at the table, but, you know, you will be able to sit in the bistro and have breakfast, get that second cup of coffee, extra donut for those of you who want to, you know. So we will be allowing that starting on the 19th to go in. You can sit down and have continental breakfast instead of it being packaged to go. I know some people used to take the, you know, the morning newspaper in there and things like that, so we will be allowing that once again starting on the 19th. Tables and chairs, as I mentioned, they'll be spaced out, so we'll, you know, we still have to keep that space in between the tables. Please don't start to move all the tables and chairs around. We still need to keep those spaced out. A couple of the tables along the windows will have to keep closed, so we do have that 6-foot spacing. But, you know, we will have some extra chairs up there and tables as well. So the takeout for Continental Breakfast will still be available, you know, free of charge. I know some folks have aides who come in and pick up their breakfast for them, so they will still be able to do that at no charge when your aides come in, pick up the breakfast and take it to you in your apartment. And the hours of operation will still remain the same for Continental Breakfast. It'll be 7:30 to 9:30. Then we'll close, you know, clean up and sanitize and spray things down before we reopen again for lunch. And once again, something else that we're doing, and it's something I want to do, which I'm hoping will help a little bit with the reservations and maybe people changing their minds at the last minute when they see what the specials are. We will have a new like a menu information line. If you see there, it says new menu line. So I have to work with the IT folks to get that set up today. But that's going to be an information line that's starting next week. You'll be able to call. Some of the residents, I know we've had this problem in the past where it's kind of hard to read what's on Touchtown. So this will be a line that you can call and listen to what the specials will be for both the Village Bistro and the Fireside Restaurant. So I want to change that, you know, in the evening for the next day. Okay, so those specials will be listed on there. I'll make sure I kind of came up with a script for our hostesses and for Joe to follow. So, you know, we make sure we say the date and, you know, what they are on there so folks don't get confused. Also, what I want to start doing is putting these slides on Touchtown at night for the next day rather than changing it in the morning like I've been doing. I want to change them the night before. So once we get done with dinner service, the slides will change, and, you know, some folks, it'll still be early enough at night where you can see what the specials will be for the next day. So I think, that will help with some last minute cancellations, because everybody knows when lamb chops are on the menu, that's where everybody goes. They're going to go downstairs or upstairs. So, I'm hoping that'll help, something we can do to help you to, help us with in turn with the cancellations and the no-shows. So that's something that'll be new. Once again, I will have that, try to get it set up with the help desk today, and then get the recordings on there. You will not be able to leave any food orders or voicemails or anything on that line. That line is not a line that we check. That will be a line that you can call, find out, listen to what the specials will be in each restaurant, and then you will still have to call. Once again, for the Village Bistro, it's extension 6432. For the Fireside Restaurant, it's extension 6433. The menu line is 6485. It's very similar to, I believe, is it the resident services line is so. Please pay, just like those phone number extensions are 1 digit off for either restaurant. It's the same thing with our new information line, and it's the Live Well line that everybody's been used to calling too. So, please pay attention. Maybe what I could do is print some of that slide out, and I could put some copies at the entrance to the restaurants. I think that may help. And then once again, I think one positive thing that has come out of all this is I've been able to interact with many more residents than the old comment card system was kind of the only way, when I first got here, that I got feedback from everyone, other than speaking with people and, going from table to table. But I've had many residents, and please continue to do it, because I might not be able to see you or sit with you or talk with you, but I do get emails from people still, voicemails, so I've been able to call people back. I've been able to email residents back. So I think it's opened up, a few more lines of communication with me in dining services, and with a greater majority of the residents in our community too. So I think that's one definitely positive thing that has come out of this. So that's pretty much all I have for today. So stay tuned for those, for the changes that we're going to have starting next week. The slides on Touchtown will be updated, and we'll work on, getting these things in place, so we're ready to go with everything for the 19th, which is next Wednesday. Okay, thank you, everybody, and have a good rest of your morning.
Thank you, Mike. So as he said, there's a lot cooking in dining services. Did you get that? Yeah, I know. It's really bad. It's really bad. But Steve liked it. Good. I got one fan out there. Anyway, so knowing that we just reviewed a whole bunch of information, this is my little reminder that you can get copies of these slides if you want them by contacting Gina in the administration office. And in addition, we will take this information and probably turn it into, one of my memos that will go out to everybody probably on Monday. So don't look for it in your mailbox today. It'll probably go out on Monday, which is what, the 17th, I guess. So be on the lookout for that. It'll summarize all of this information again. But as we said, we're continuing to march forward in the same way that during the early days of the pandemic, we systematically slowed down or had to close things or put more restrictions in place. We are doing the same thing now, thankfully, moving in the opposite direction. We are taking things systematically, step by step, and trying to ensure that we are maintaining everyone's safety, while at the same time maximizing everyone's freedom and ability to engage with one another as well. So we appreciate everybody's continued understanding and following of the rules as we put them out there, because those are things that are being done for the benefit of all of us here at Monroe Village. Sometimes they are still subject to requirements and regulations from state, local, federal governments, and I'll talk a little more about that in a few minutes, but we are doing everything we can to keep everybody safe, but return to as much normalcy as we possibly can. Somebody who has known nothing about things being abnormal in the last year is Miss Dale Hill. Dale is our Director of Housekeeping Services, and she has a little update about what's housekeeping doing. So with that, here's Dale. Tap that. Okay. I'm going to let you drive then. Oh, what'd you tap? Did I tell you to tap the wrong thing? Did I tap you the wrong thing?
There we go.
There you go.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, is it afternoon?
It's close.
Okay, I'm going to follow what Mike was talking about, which my first is trash pickup. In March, we started 7 days a week picking up trash, Monday through Sunday. Moving forward, now that we see that more residents are going to the dining room, bistro, I am pressing more tablecloths now. We're going to go back to our regular trash pickup day, which is Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays only. So again, starting March 24th, which is a Monday, we're going to go back to our normal trash days, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Now we can stay at 2 o'clock, that is fine. It'll make it easy, we can stay at 2 o'clock to put the trash out. But just as a reminder, now, if I'm circling around and trash is out, I'm going to give you a little knock on the door, just as a reminder, because I know it's a change. It's going to take a little bit for everybody to remember to put it back out Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. But so everybody knows, Monday, May 29th, that's when it's going to start, and 2 o'clock is fine. The next thing I want to talk about is, I want to start a housekeeping comment card, or paper. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to deliver it to you, to your apartment. And I ask that you fill it out. Comments, it's only like 3 or 4 questions. Fill it out so this way we can improve in the housekeeping department. It's always room for improvement. If something's not that you need or something that you want done, or I'm not going to say that I can make it happen, but I'll try my best to make it happen. So when you receive the paper, you can either take it to the front desk or you just call me, leave me a message, and I'll come pick it up. But please, there's room for comments on the back. There's room for if you want to meet with me privately. And understand, the girls will never see this paper. This is to help me and to help them. Because there's some things that you may want done and not done. You may say, you know what, I don't want my bed done. I do my own bed. But can she do this? And I can let you know. So please, when you get the paper, fill it out. I'll come pick it up, or you can drop it off at the front desk, and then I'll go from there. Thank you.
Thanks, Dale. Yeah, once again, resident feedback is really, really crucial, and Dale is taking some proactive steps here to try to get your comments and get your feedback about your experience with her team. And, those comments and feedbacks, be they positive or be they constructive, are helpful for us to understand what your expectations are, how things are going in your apartment with respect to the housekeeping, and so that we can continue to evolve, continue to improve our service, and continue to help our residents understand what is included with your normal housekeeping service and what might not be something that happens on a regular basis. So please give Dale the opportunity to hear from you when she starts using those comment cards. It is designed just to continue our never-ending goal of improving everything that we do for our residents. So with that, we are moving on to our next presenter. And it gives me great honor and a bit of sadness, but great honor to introduce to you for the final time our chaplain, Reverend Terry Thomas Primer. You can drive, I'm assuming?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Thank you. I have been thinking about this day for a long time, and I can hardly believe it's here. After 25 years of being with all of you, it's rather hard to say goodbye. And as I was reflecting on kind of what to say today, I was remembering a poem that a former resident association president handed to me one day. Her name was Eileen Wester. She was a resident association president. And she said, "This is one of my favorite poems." And she included just a small section of it. The poem was written by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, and it reads this way: "Age is opportunity, no less than youth itself, though in a different dress. And when the evening twilight fades away, the stars come out, invisible by day." The poet points to the hidden treasures of aging, gems that are only available to those who are willing to stand in the dark places long enough to see the stars. In my 25 years here, I have met over 1,200 people who have come through these doors to call Monroe Village home. And I never imagined I would meet so many people over the age of 80, much less those who have reached 100 and beyond. And all of them were vibrant and funny and engaging. Many of you have been my mentors on how to age gracefully and with dignity. You have illustrated the benefits of taking care of your health, of maintaining a positive attitude, as well as the enjoyment of continuing to learn and make new friends. As each year went by, my life became richer from the wisdom you offered and the wisdom gained from hearing your stories, from holding your hands as tears were spilled and enjoying a good laugh. Thank you for trusting me with your hard truths and your tender moments. It has been a pleasure and a privilege to walk beside you as your spiritual companion and friend. I will miss you all, and I will pray for you often. This is a little tough step.
I was going to say, you didn't give me a good segue there.
No, I didn't. I'm sorry. But before I go, because of all the good stuff that's been happening, we now have all 3 of our religious services back in operation. Last Thursday with Gina's nudging, we met with Father Juan, and we will have Catholic Mass here on Sunday, which is just a delight. He was here and we showed him everything that we got. He was duly impressed. So we now have Protestant church services on Sunday at 2, our regular candle lighting with our robust leadership at 3:30, and a different robust leadership on Sunday morning at 10:30. So we can all give that as a good sign that good things are coming and normalcy is returning. Okay, now I did it. As I'm not leaving you alone. That's one of the things that has made me feel good about leaving, is that I'm leaving you at least with someone who's been here for a year. Rabbi Asher, you have seen him often on Fridays. He's going to continue to be here through at least the summer. He's going to be doing mostly visiting over in a Village Point and in assisted living, but he will be available, if you want to chat with somebody.
Yep. Did you still want that?
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
You want that one? All right.
Yeah, I am going to a new adventure. And if anything, being with you all has taught me that just because you're retiring, things don't end. Things just get different. And this quote is from the Secretary General: "For all that has been, thank you." And I'm hoping the rest will be good for yes. All right. So my blessing for you is this: may God be with you till we meet again. By God's counsel guide, uphold you. With God's sheep securely fold you. God be with you till we meet again. Amen.
Well, I don't know how I follow that up, I gotta be honest with you. 25 years of serving residents of Monroe Village. As I've gotten older, I've gotten to understand just what 25 years means. However, 25 years is still more than half of my lifetime, so I don't truly yet understand the breadth of what 25 years means, although I'm working on 21 years of marriage, so I'm starting to get the hint. It's a long time And when you think about the commitment and dedication that one has to put in over 25 years of service to one group or one job or trade or whatever it might be, it's a hell of a lot. And some people do it just to do it, meaning they just sort of muddle through day to day and they're not really committed to it, but it's a job versus a career or versus a calling, I guess is maybe the term I'm trying to come up with here. That's not at all how Terry rolls, to use a more modern term. She doesn't roll that way. She has been all in, all the time, for as long as I've known her, which is almost 15 years, and having worked with her directly now here with all of you at Monroe for the last 3.5. She's always been here for all of our residents, for all of our staff, for many of your loved ones and your family members over time. It's not something you see everywhere or often. And for us as a community to have been blessed, and for those of us here now, today, myself selfishly, for the past 3.5 years, to have been blessed to serve alongside such a dedicated, compassionate woman, leaves me something to aspire to and to continue to learn from and grow toward. I don't really know where to go with that other than to say that Terry has been an inspiration to so many people and a safe port in a storm. Yes, I used a nautical term because of where you're going. To be there for folks whenever, wherever, and for whatever. It didn't matter religion, and what I mean by that is Christian, Jewish, Muslim, Hindu, whatever. It didn't matter what religion you may have been. It didn't matter what your need was. It didn't have to be religious or spiritual at all. But Terry was there. And we, all of us, and this community are better for it. And as I said to Terry, and I've said to a few others in her presence, just because she is leaving Monroe Village today, physically, does not mean that her presence will not be here and will not be felt here for many, many years to come. And that is a treasure that we all will hold close to our hearts, even though we won't see Terry every day. She'll still be with us, just like most folks, right? So with that, I would like to invite a special guest up to the podium, Mrs. Judith Sherman, who is one of our residents, as we all know. She has something special that she would like to share with all of you, with all of us, and with Reverend Terry.
Oh, thank you. Adjust the mic a little bit, okay?
Yeah, we'll push it down right where you need it to. You're going to go around that way, because that way you don't have to walk across the wires.
Okay, thank you. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. Yes, you made a difference. Through the years you were with us, you added comfort you added comfort to our bodies and light to our souls. You made a difference. Your gentle strength, your calm voice, your wisdom through guidance, your courage through hope, you made a difference. Be it Christmas, be it Pesach, you gifted connections to our valued traditions. You made a difference. In time of COVID, you played the harp, the message, take heart, this too shall pass. You made a difference. Enriched by your presence, we shall fill your absence with the cherished essence you leave behind. Yes, you made a difference, a mighty, mighty difference. We the people of Monroe Village, thank you.
I don't really have any words after that because that really said it all. Judith, thank you so much. And Terry, bon voyage. And know that this port is always open to you anytime, anywhere, any day. Thank you for all you've done. All right. I'm gonna take a deep breath here. Okay, so we, shifting gears, have another change to announce to all of you today. Deidre Palladino, who is our business office facilitator and has been with us for over 6 years, is also heading off on another adventure, another journey. Deidre will be relocating to the great state of Tennessee. I was almost born in Tennessee, so I can almost claim having been from Tennessee, but my parents moved to North Carolina before. But anyway, Tennessee, she's going to Tennessee. We will miss her as well, but I wanted to let you know she would be leaving us. But have no fear, we are in good hands. Maria Syriac. Maria has been our jack of all trades, or Jill of all trades, maybe in the last 7 years. Maria has served, gosh, anywhere from activities to concierge to, I think we threw her in the pool once. She's been in the clinic. She's done work over at Village Point. And, oh, by the way, she just completed her master's degree in health administration. So, she will be joining us in the role of business office facilitator. It is a wonderful opportunity for us to welcome her into a full-time role, and we are excited to have the opportunity to give Maria a shot at this very important job and an opportunity to continue to grow with us here within the Monroe Village family. So we're excited to have Maria join us. We are sad to see Deidre be leaving us, but like Reverend Terry, she's off on a new adventure. And you know what? As I told both Terry and Deidre, I give them a lot of credit for heading off on new journeys and new adventures, because that's not always easy. But they're going to do it with gusto. They're going to do it with a lot of positive energy and fun. And again, even though they will be missed here, they will never, ever be forgotten. So Deidre will be leaving middle of next week. So if you'd like to stop by and see her in the facilitator's office or give her a call, you're welcome to do so. Maria is already doing her training, so you can welcome her as well. As for Reverend Terry, I think you all know there'll be a little open house this afternoon. 1:30 to 3 o'clock. God is truly smiling on us today. The weather could not be better. She'll be out in the gazebo area by the pond to receive folks, to say hi, say bye, share some memories and some stories. So if you have the opportunity and you'd like to take advantage, please feel free to swing by outside at the pond area at the gazebo between 1:30 and 3, right? To wish Terry well as she heads off to the Chesapeake Bay for adventures uncharted. All right, that's my last nautical reference, I promise. All right, so in the middle of this meeting, the joy and the beauty of technology is that people send me things in the middle of meetings and say, hey, can you do this for me? Or hey, can you do that for me? Or hey, can you remind the residents, sorry to be bothered. I'm going to read you the text. Sorry to bother, but would you be able to remind residents to bring expired and unused meds to the clubhouse on Tuesday, May 18th, so next Tuesday, 5/18, between 10 a.m. and 12 noon. the Monroe Township Police Department will be collecting. Thank you very much. All right, did I do my job, Gina? Okay, so there you go. I did my job. All right. And all kidding aside, those of you who've been with us since before COVID, I guess, because we haven't done this since the pandemic and we had to lock things down. The Monroe Township Police Department partners with us a couple of times a year to collect expired or unused medications so that they can be disposed of properly. Because flushing them down the toilet is not a proper way to dispose of them. And as we all know, unfortunately, there are some medications that should not get into the wrong people's hands. And we want to make sure that they are disposed of in a proper way to help keep everyone safe. So that's what the Monroe Township Police Department, among many, many other things, does with us and does for us. So they will be here for their collection on Tuesday between 10 a.m. and 12 noon out in the clubhouse. So if you have medications that you no longer need, are expired, you've been holding on to for whatever reason, please take advantage of this opportunity to clean out your medicine cabinet and get rid of those things in a safe and responsible way. May 18th, next Tuesday. Thank you very much. The last thing before we move on is yesterday, I don't have a slide on this one either because it just happened at the end of the day. I think we probably all saw there are some new guidance that has been released by the Centers for Disease Control with respect to masks and mask wearing for those who have been vaccinated. At this point in time, there's two things I'd like to remind everybody of. One, the CDC guidelines, and they are guidelines, are still subject to state and local regulatory authorities. And as of an hour and 15 minutes ago, the state of New Jersey and the Department of Health for the state of New Jersey have yet to issue any comments based upon the new information that was released by the CDC yesterday. So with that being said, until we hear from the state of New Jersey and the Department of Health within the state, we will not be making any changes here at Monroe Village. Once that guidance is updated from the state, we will respond and we will share with you accordingly what steps we will be taking. The other thing that I want to note is that within that CDC guidance, it also states that it does not apply to healthcare settings, okay? And I think we all could agree that our assisted living neighborhood and our Village Point community and the clinic are without doubt healthcare related areas. Independent living, our public areas, that could be a little bit murkier, and I understand that. But we also know that we serve here at Monroe Village a population who is more predisposed to issues and challenges as we've seen related to COVID-19. So that will also be taken into account as we figure out what the path forward is for us with respect to masks in independent living, particularly indoors. So I ask for your patience and understanding as we sort of sort through all of that. I hope we have some new things we can share with you very soon, but until that time comes, I ask that we continue to practice the same things that we've been doing for quite some time, which is continuing to wear masks in public areas, in the privacy and convenience of your apartment. What you do is what you do, but when you're out in public areas, we ask that you continue to wear a mask, especially indoors. Outside, if you can keep that 6 feet of social distancing as people are out walking in the morning or doing whatever, perhaps somebody's gardening in the raised flower beds. If you're keeping social distancing, you don't have to wear a mask, particularly if you've been vaccinated. So more information to come on that, but I just sort of wanted to lay that out. Hopefully we will again have more to share very, very soon. So with that, we will open it up at this point for comments and questions. I will remind those who are watching this on Channel 1979 that if you have comments and questions, please reach out to Gina DePiro, our Administrative Assistant Extraordinaire, at extension 6413, and she can get your comments or questions to the right person to assist. Also, a reminder that all of these slides, all of the information today, is available to you upon request. All you need to do is give Gina a call or stop by our office, and we'll be happy to print out a copy of these slides for you. Every month there's a ton of information that we share. I know it's a lot to digest, and we try our best to get the most pertinent stuff on these slides so that you can have something if you want to review it and read it later, in addition to watching it on TV or being here live in person.